From Hollywood, it's the Newlywed Game. And here are today's Newlyweds. Couple number one became husband and wife 4 months ago, Terry and Mark Blanton. Couple number two marched down the aisle 3 months ago, Dana and Reggie Pendleton. Couple number three sliced their wedding cake 13 months ago, Toby and Peter Barron. And couple number four traded vows 9 months ago, Linda and Andre Helm. And now, here's the star of the Newlywed Game, Bob Eubanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Newlywed Game. Hey, let's say hi to our couples. Are you ready to play this game over here? Yeah! Well, just cheer up a little, will you? Okay, we're going to start off by asking the husband some questions. In order to do that, we don't want the ladies to hear the questions, not yet. So we're going to ask you to go off to our soundproof room. Please do that. And while the ladies are leaving, I'd like to remind our husbands, I'll be asking you some 5-point questions. You'll be answering these questions as you predict your wife will answer the same question when she returns. Remember, if her answer matches your prediction, you get 5 points. The one couple with the most points at the end of the show wins a great second honeymoon. So there's a neat prize here. You ready to play the game? Yeah. Here's our first question for 5 points. Gentlemen, the very first time you and your wife fooled around together, will she say you think she had more trouble figuring out where to go, where to start, where to look, or where to touch? Andre. Where to go, where to start, where to look, or where to touch?
Where to touch.
She had more trouble figuring that out.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Peter.
Have to say where to start.
Where to start? Okay. Reggie?
Well, I would say where to start because I pretty much took control.
Oh, that away. I like a guy who takes control. Good for you. Mark?
Definitely where to go. We had to find a place to go, so we went out by this lake and kind of backed your car up and...
Went in the lake?
No, to the lake, near the lake. But it was all closed off.
Too cheap to get a room, were you?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Didn't know where it was going to go.
Didn't want to waste that money, did you?
Exactly.
Gentlemen, what one thing of your wife's will she say you wish had never moved in with you? Peter, one thing of hers that you wish had never moved in with you?
Her shoes.
Her shoes. All right. Reggie?
I'd have to say my habits of leaving things...
something of hers that you wish had never moved in with you.
I would have to say her clothes.
Her clothes. What, do you want the poor girl to walk around nude? What is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd work. Mark?
Definitely her cat.
Her cat?
Yeah, it's one of them long hairs and sheds, and it's like a small cat. It's not even really like a big cat.
What's his name?
It's her name, and it's Logan. See, that's the other thing. It's a boy's name for a girl cat, but my big German Shepherd chases it all over the place, so it's entertaining at least.
I bet it is. Andrea?
I'd say her work. She
her
works
work?
out of home. Yeah.
So you wish her work had never moved in with you? Is that what you're telling me?
She
all right,
works out
fine.
of
Next question, gentlemen. How will your wife say you would complete this sentence? This is you talking. To be honest, I'd have to say that my wife blinks like an old woman, but she does what? Just like a child. She blinks, Reggie, like an old woman.
I would say that she thinks like an old woman.
Thinks like an old woman, but she does what? Just like a child.
She laughs like a child.
Thinks like an old woman and laughs like a child. All right. Mark?
I'd say walks like an old woman.
She walks like an old woman.
She had some knee surgery, so she kind of waddles a little bit like her mom. And
oh, great.
And I'd also say that...
you might as well get them both mad at the same time. What the heck?
Might as well. And I'd say that she whines like a child.
Walks like an old woman, whines like a child. Andre?
She cleans, man. She
cleans?
Real slow. She's just like an old maid, man.
You say she cleans like an old woman?
The house.
Cleans,
Clean the house.
And what does she do like a child?
She complains.
Complains like a child.
Right.
All right. Peter?
She definitely thinks like an old
thinks like
woman.
An old woman.
She's just set in her ways, and boy, she knows the way the weenie wiggles, so to speak.
I don't. Is that your answer?
She thinks like an older woman.
Oh, and what does she do like a child?
She laughs like a child.
She laughs like a child.
Sure.
He knows the way the weenie wiggles. Okay, gentlemen, we'll be right back to reunite these newlyweds. We're going to see how well our husbands have predicted what their wives will say right after these messages. And welcome back, everybody. Gentlemen, we've recorded your predictions on cards. You now have them flat on your laps. Each time that your prediction matches your wife's answer, you get 5 points. One couple with the most points at the end of the show is going to win a fabulous second honeymoon. So the ladies are back, and we're ready to play this game. First question for 5 points. Tell me, the very first time you and your husband fooled around together, does your husband think you had more trouble figuring out where to start, where to look, where to touch, or where to go? Terry?
Oh my God. Where to go?
You had trouble figuring out where to go.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Lake Matthews.
Oh, really? He said you had trouble figuring out where to go. Yeah. He said he didn't want to rent a room because he was afraid he might be wasting the money. Yeah.
$25 is a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Dana,
Where to go?
where to go? He said you had trouble figuring out where to start.
Oh, honey.
God.
Because,
Why?
you know, when we got together, I mean, I took control.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He did.
Does he still have control?
No.
I didn't think so. Toby,
Where to look?
where to look? He said you had trouble figuring out where to start.
Oh. I couldn't find you, though. We were at my apartment. Remember, you made a bed on the floor, and I couldn't find you?
Right, but you were up. Oh, what
You
are
were
you
out
doing
where?
and out?
We were in my apartment, and we weren't really dating then. It was our first date, and he took me home, and he made a little bed on the floor, and I had passed out, and I looked over. I was looking for him in the bed, and I looked over on the side of the bed. He'd made a little bed on the floor, and
I was
said,
being a
what
gentleman.
are you doing down there? Get up here.
This is the first date?
Yeah. Hi, Mom. Yeah, we'd known each other for a while.
Yeah,
though.
sure.
Yeah,
30
we did.
minutes.
Yeah.
Linda,
Where to go?
where to go? All right, he said you had trouble figuring out where to touch.
Yeah, you know, we
I know what to touch.
with 12 players.
Next question for 5 points. Ladies, tell me, what one thing of yours does your husband wish had never moved in with him? One thing of yours, Dana, he wishes had never moved in with him.
My clothes.
Your clothes. He predicted you would say it would be your clothes. Yeah. Toby,
My shoes.
your
I have
shoes. He
100
said it would
pairs.
be your shoes. Sure. Linda,
Shoes.
shoes. He said he wishes that your work had never moved in with him.
Well, honey, you're working all the time. I love to be with my honey, and I love her shoes.
Pardon me?
I love her shoes. I just
What about my shoes?
You love her shoes?
yeah, I love her shoes, but the work,
Then why
sometimes
did
I
you
can't
say
get a chance to
shoes?
take her shoes off.
How come you're whining?
Pardon me?
Why are you whining?
Well, I love her.
Oh. That's nice. I'm glad you do. I think that's great. All right? Not funny, but it's great. Terry,
My cat.
your what?
My cat.
Your cat. All right. He said he wishes like heck. That. Card, please. Your old cat had never moved in with you. Yeah. But he does like it when his German Shepherd chases your cat. Next question. Ladies, how did your husband complete this sentence? This is him talking. To be honest, I'd have to say that my wife blinks like an old woman, but she does what? Just like a child. You blink, Toby, like an old woman.
Oh, boy.
What do you do like an old woman? Hurry, please.
I don't cook, so I guess I'll say I cook like an old woman and I whine like a child.
You cook and whine, all right? He says that you think like an old woman, you laugh like a child.
Oh, I guess I do.
Linda.
I have a Betty Rebel laugh.
I probably think like an old woman.
What do you
and
do like a child?
Complain.
Complain. He says that you clean like an old woman, but you do complain like a child.
Yeah, she cleans like an old woman,
Yeah.
but I love her.
Yeah, I know you love her. We found out last question you love her. Yeah. You have no points at all, Andrew.
But he loves me.
Yes. All right. Terry, what do you do like an old woman?
I nag like an old woman.
What do you do like a child?
Pout.
Pout. All right. He said that you walk like an old woman, you whine like a child.
Don't.
Love ya, just like he does.
Yeah. Are you afraid of her, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can tell. You hold up a card and you kind of duck.
He should be.
Dana, what do you do like an old woman?
Nag.
Nag, what do you do like a child?
Whine.
Whine. All right, he said that you, top card, you think like an old woman, you laugh like a child. What? Okay, we'll be right back to see how well the wives can predict what their husbands will say right after these messages. Hey, welcome back to the Newlywed Game. We're glad you could join us today. We're having some fun. Ladies, your husbands are now secluded off stage, and it's your turn to predict what they will say. Remember, these questions are now the big ones. These are the 10-point questions. So here it is. Ladies, thinking back to your wedding day, who will your husband say should have won first prize for doing the dumbest thing? This is on your wedding day. Who should have won first prize, you or him? Toby? For doing the dumbest thing.
I'd say that I did.
You did the dumbest thing.
Yeah, I almost tripped on my wedding. I did trip on my wedding dress going up the aisle.
All right, Dana?
That's pretty dumb.
He did.
He did a dumb thing.
Yes, he forgot we needed a marriage license.
Hey, you know, it's the little things you forget. Terry?
I did.
You did a dumb thing.
Yeah, I left the song for my fathers and my dance at home.
All
and
right.
one of our guests had to go hunt it down for us.
Fine, Linda?
He did. He did a strip tease when he removed my garter.
I beg your pardon? He just couldn't let you have the spotlight, could he?
No.
He did a strip tease when he removed your garter. That is dumb. Next question, ladies. What celebrity will your husband say his friends actually think he looks the most like? What celebrity do his friends think he looks the most like, Dana?
I'll say Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. Okay. Terry?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Good. No way somebody said in the audience. Linda?
I'll just say Denzel.
Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
Okay. Toby?
The Bosworth guy, the hair.
Who?
His last name's Bosworth.
Oh, Brian Bosworth.
Thank
Is
you.
that the guy? Yeah, Brian Bosworth?
Yeah.
Bosworth. I
Yeah.
didn't mean to give him an answer, but that's who we're talking about.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Next question. You're welcome. Yeah. Maybe I'll get some points. Yeah, I've never had any of those. Ladies, last of our 10-pointers. How will your husband say you would complete this sentence? This is you talking. Lately, my husband is just like a light switch. His blank turns me on, but his what turns me completely off? Terry, what turns you on?
His personality.
Personality. What turns you off?
His baseball watching.
His baseball watching turns you off. Yeah. Okay. Linda, what turns you on?
His personality.
His personality turns you on. What turns you off? Completely.
His jealousy.
Was he jealous?
Very.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Does he mind you being out here by yourself?
Probably not.
No, I hope not. Toby, what turns you on?
His body turns me on.
His body turns you on. What
Yeah.
turns you off?
His computer.
Yeah,
He's always on it.
his computer.
Always.
Dana, what turns you on?
His butt.
His butt turns you on. What turns you off?
His silence. He gets quiet.
When he gets quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. 25-point bonus question. Ladies, what kind of fruit will your husband say you eat most often? Your answers must match exactly. What kind of fruit will your husband say you eat most often, Linda?
Pears.
Pears. Toby?
Apples.
Apples. Dana?
Apple.
Apples. Terry?
Grapes.
Grapes. Ladies, thank you. We'll be back with the husbands to compare answers on the Newlywed Game right after these messages. Welcome back to the Newlywed Game. All right, couples number 1, number 2, number 3 all have points. Andre, you don't have any points over there.
I was just waiting. I'd like to come back.
Well, let's see if you can make a comeback
make a
right now.
comeback.
We're going to see how well your wives have predicted what you will say. And remember, these questions are now worth 10 points. So here's our first one. Gentlemen, thinking back to your wedding day, who should have won first prize for doing the dumbest thing? Would it be you or your wife? Reggie?
Well, I would have to say it would be me because I forgot our marriage license.
All right. She said it was, card please. Yeah, he should have won it. You got it. Okay. Peter?
It'd have to be me.
It was you?
I was very, very nervous.
All right. She said, thinking back, that, no, she should have won first prize.
I stepped on my dress going down the aisle.
Oh, well,
That's pretty dumb.
you know.
Andre, here's your chance now to move into a tie for second place.
Gotcha. It had to be me.
What'd you do, Andre?
Well, I ran to the altar to get her. I ran to the door to get her. And
You ran to the door
I
to
ran
get her?
Yeah, she stopped at the door, and I just took off.
You just took off running?
I left Rev'em, and
You weren't leaving the church, were you?
no, I wasn't
No.
leaving church.
Okay. All right, she said that, yeah, you should have won. Yes, Andre, you should have won. You got 10 points. Okay. Mark,
I'd have to say it would be me.
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I generally do the stupid things.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that a normal thing around your house?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Terry said that the stupid thing was done by her.
What'd you do?
Leaving the tape at home for the dance.
Oh. Well, yeah. But remember I screwed up on the vowels things?
Oh, that too.
It's okay. Next question, gentlemen. This is an easy question now. What celebrity do your friends actually think you look most like? What celebrity do you look most like? Your friends think that, Peter.
Oh, Brian Bosworth.
All right, she predicted you would say it would be Brian Bosworth. Yeah. No. Andre.
Well, being the handsome guy that I am, I'd say New York undercover guy, Yakoba, I think that's his name.
All right, she predicted you would say you look like Denzel Washington.
I couldn't think of his name either. That's the guy I was talking about. I couldn't think of his
Mark.
name.
Oh, boy, there's two.
well, just give me
one
one
I don't
more.
agree with. I'd say Peter DeLuise.
Peter DeLuise. Yeah. You know who she said you look like?
Oh, God. She picked the one I didn't want to pick.
Yeah. She said you look like Tom Hanks.
I couldn't think of anybody.
Tom Hanks, he's like 150 pounds smaller than I am. Run, Forrest, run!
I kept trying to say the guy off the Full Metal Jacket, and they went.
That's the one I didn't want to pick.
Let me hear you say life is like a box of chocolates.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
That's good. Reggie.
Well, I know we probably didn't get this one right, but a lot of people say I look like Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson. All right. What's the matter, Dana?
No.
You don't think he looks like Magic?
No. No.
Let me see. Look at me, Reg. Oh, a little bit.
No.
No, how come?
He's much cuter.
Oh, he's cuter.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, baby.
No, she said your friends think you look like, card please, Wesley Snipes.
What?
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes?
Well,
Yeah.
I think he's cute, and you're cute, so, you know.
Sure.
Oh, man.
Here, let
We
me
have
try
to
another
talk
question
about
since
that.
you had so much fun with that one. Gentlemen, how did your wife complete this sentence? This is her talking. Lately, my husband is just like a light switch. His blank turns me on, but his what turns me completely off. All right. What do you got here, Andre, that turns her on?
Oh, man.
Yes.
My romance.
Your romance turns her on, but what turns her off?
My snoring.
Your snore. You snore?
She says I do, but I woke up one day and I wasn't, so I can't stop. You know, I mean,
Okay.
you got to show me the tape.
Yeah, she says that your personality turns her on, but your jealousy turns her off.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Mark, what turns her on?
My talk?
Your talk turns her on, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what turns her off?
Ooh. The frequency of the talk that starts everything.
I see. Okay, what turns her on, according to her, is your personality, but that baseball watching is really turning her on.
We're almost there.
Yeah. Reggie, what turns her on?
Well, I know I got 50% of this one right. My booty turns her on, but my temper probably turns her
Temper,
on.
all right. She said it's the butt, but it's the silence that turns her off.
Oh, you're right. Huh?
Yeah. Okay, Brian? Peter, excuse me. You look just like him, that's why. What turns her on, Peter?
According to her, my butt.
Your butt. What turns her off?
Probably my laziness.
Laziness, all right. She said what turns you off is your body, but it's your stupid computer that turns her off. Okay, before we get to our 25-point bonus question, let's see where our winning couple will be going on their second honeymoon.
You're going to Maui. Yes, you'll be guests at the oceanfront Ka'anapali Beach Hotel, voted the most Hawaiian hotel in all of Hawaii. You'll enjoy romantic open-air dining, daily Hawaiian activities, and nightly hula shows. Experience a value holiday by SunQuest, and you'll know you found the very best. Have a wonderful second honeymoon in Hawaii. Back to you, Bob.
Thank you, Kramer. Okay, gentlemen, here it is, your 25-point bonus question. Gentlemen, what kind of fruit does your wife eat most often? Your answers must match exactly. Let's go to couple number one. Mark and Terry with 10-25. We'll give you 35. Mark, if you get it right, you're going to be in first place. If you miss it, you go home in last place.
Dope. Cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe. She said no, she eats grapes, pal.
Grapes.
Couple number four. Andre and Linda with 10-25. We give you 35. Andre, you can actually take over the lead with the correct answer.
First place for me, pears.
Pears. Pears is right. Yes. All right. Couple number two, Reggie and Dana with 15-25. We give you 40. Reggie, take over the lead with the right answer.
I would have to say bananas.
Bananas. She said no, apples. Couple number three, Peter and Toby with 15-25. We give you 40. Get it right, and you and your wife are going to Hawaii. If you miss it, you're in trouble.
I'd have to say apples.
Apples. She said apples. Peter and Toby Barron, you're our Newlywed Game grand prize winners. Well, they're going to Maui. Thanks to all of our couples. Thanks to you at home. I'm Bob Eubanks. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.